stood frozen at the doorway, her heart pounding as the truth settled over her like a heavy storm. Damon, pale and shaken, stared at Lena, who stood trembling with a mix of fear and courage. You're saying that night it was me?" Damon asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Lena nodded, tears forming in her eyes. "I didn't know, sir. I swear. It was dark. I thought it was someone else. But then I saw your watch on the table the next morning, and it all made sense." Verona's hands trembled, her face pale. "You both disgust me," she spat. "How could you? In this house, in our bed." "Verona, please," Damon began, but she raised a hand to silence him. "Don't you dare say a word," she shouted. "All this time I blamed myself. I cried, prayed, begged doctors. And now I find out my husband got our maid pregnant?" Lena backed away slowly, her breath shallow. "Please, ma'am. I never meant for this to happen. I would never try to hurt you." Verona's expression shifted from rage to something darker. She walked past Damon and grabbed Lena's arm. "You're leaving this house tonight. I don't care where you go or what happens to you, but you will not stay under this roof." Damon stepped forward. "You can't throw her out like this. She's carrying my child." "Exactly. Your mistake. Your problem. Let's see how long you last with a maid and her bastard child," Verona hissed. The word cut through Lena like a knife. She gasped, clutched her stomach, and ran upstairs to her room, locking the door behind her. Night fell. Damon tried to talk to Verona, but she refused to open the bedroom door. Alone in the guest room, Damon sat in silence, trying to process the storm that had torn his life apart in just a few hours. Upstairs, Lena packed her bag with trembling hands. She didn't know where she would go, but she couldn't stay. Not anymore. She walked to the window, looked out into the dark street, and whispered, "God, help me." The next morning, Lena left before dawn. Damon woke up to find her gone. A note lay on the dining table. "I'm sorry, I had to leave. Please take care of yourself. Lena." He read it twice, his heart sinking deeper. He rushed out of the house, searching nearby streets, asking neighbors, but no one had seen her. Meanwhile, Lena wandered through the city carrying nothing but a small bag and her unborn child. She found shelter at a nearby church where a kind woman named Sister Clara offered her a place to sleep and warm food. Days passed, then weeks. Lena worked at the church, helping with chores, hiding her story from everyone. Back at Damon's house, Verona acted as if nothing had happened, but every night she cried silently in bed. The truth haunted her. She knew deep inside that her marriage had been failing long before Lena came into the picture. Damon grew distant. He stopped coming home early, barely spoke during dinner. Verona could feel it. He was searching for Lena, and he found her. 2 months later, Damon showed up at the church. He had been going to every shelter, every clinic, every church in the city. When he saw Lena helping an old woman inside, his eyes filled with tears. "Lena!" he called out. She turned, shocked, unsure if she should run or cry. Damon walked up to her, gently holding her shoulders. "You're okay, thank God." Sister Clara approached, protective of Lena. "Who are you?" "I'm the father of her child," Damon said quietly. Lena looked down. "Are you here to take her back to that nightmare house?" Sister Clara asked sharply. "Number, I'm here to make things right." He sat with Lena on a bench under the trees. "I've been looking for you every day. I didn't care about the business, the house. I just wanted to make sure you were safe." "Why?" Lena whispered. "You have a wife." "Not anymore. We've separated. Verona filed for divorce 2 weeks after you left." Lena blinked, shocked. "Why didn't you stop her?" "Because I couldn't lie anymore. Our marriage had died years ago. I was just afraid to admit it. That night wasn't just a mistake. It was a wake-up call." Tears welled up in Lena's eyes. "I'm scared, sir. I don't know how to be a mother. I have nothing." "Then let me help you, not out of guilt, but because I want to. I want to be part of this child's life." Lena hesitated. She looked at the church, then at Damon. Slowly, she nodded. Months passed. Lena moved into a small apartment Damon had rented for her. Not too fancy, just enough to feel safe. Damon visited every day, bringing food, books on parenting, baby clothes. He never pressured her, never crossed boundaries. They grew close, not as boss and maid, but as two people tied together by fate. When Lena finally gave birth to a baby girl, Damon was in the room, holding her hand through every scream and every tear. The moment he held his daughter, he cried. "She's perfect," he whispered. News of the baby reached Verona, who had left the city after the divorce. For a while, she ignored it. But one night, drinking alone, she looked at an old wedding photo and whispered, "That should have been our baby." Lena named the baby Hope, because that's what she had lost and found again. Damon spent more and more time with them, and eventually he asked Lena, "Can we be a family? Not because of the past, but because I want a future with you." Lena looked at her daughter, then at Damon. She remembered all the pain, the nights she cried, the fear, and how he had stood by her through it all. She nodded slowly. "Let's try." Years later, their story would be told not as one of scandal, but one of second chances, unexpected beginnings, and a love that grew where no one expected it. But just when it seemed like the story had ended, someone from Lena's past returned, a man she had run from long ago, one who claimed he was the real father of the child. And with that, the story continues.